Hello, stars. Welcome to Star 11. Thank you for joining my channel. And today I'll be doing a zodiac general love reading for the sign of Scorpio. So I decided to start with Scorpio as my first series because I myself am a Scorpio, born November 1st. So I just wanted to show love to my fellow stingers. All right. So I'll be using the Celtic Cross and 2 oracle cards for this reading. Okay, I hope this resonates with you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Your feedback is greatly appreciated. All right, so pre-shuffled, got everything ready for you guys. And your first card is the 6 of Cups. Okay. So what the 6 of Cups is telling me is that at this moment, your concern is a feeling of nostalgia. You are thinking about the past a lot, or you're living in the past. There's a lot of past events that may be dictating your current decisions and feelings. Okay, so I'm going to move forward because, you know, this is just the blueprint of what's going on here. We'll go ahead and go to card 2, which is your obstacles or your strengths, and this card is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is a cyclic card. It's about the ebbs and flows of life, the ups and downs, roller coaster changes, the flow. It's also a card that represents something or situations that are inevitable. These are these are situations that has to change. It's ruled by the sign, the planet of Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion. So this card is really a positive card. It can sometimes come up in something that feels maybe negative, but ultimately in the end, it is a positive change. It's a needed change. It's the Wheel of Fortune is definitely about destiny and fate. It's something that has to occur. It's going to occur. It doesn't matter if we want it to or not. So this is your current obstacle or strength. That's kind of interesting considering your first card is the 6 of Cups. So, okay, your next card is representing past influences or something that's affecting your situation. This is the High Priestess reversed. High Priestess reversed. All right. This is basically saying that there's some sort of loss of a connection. There's uncertainty. You feel left in the dark. There's no clarity. I'm assuming because this is a love spread, that someone isn't opening up to you or didn't open up to you, and you were left with a lot of unanswered questions. There was a lack of clarity and trust and honesty in this situation. So this is definitely not a good feeling, and I understand that firsthand. So we'll move on to our next card, which is our inner desire. Your inner desire is the Hierophant. This is basically saying that you want a strong, solid relationship, something traditional, something monogamous. And if you are looking at the past and you've gotten unanswered questions or a lack of clarity or uncertainty, this tells me, and this is an actual desire for you, this traditional relationship, this is telling me that this is not what you received in the past, or currently this is not what you're receiving, because this is what you want. That means it's not present in the physical realm. Your next card is the Queen of Wands, reversed. This is your present movement or current action. Well, my fellow stingers, someone has made you change who you are, whether it's towards them or just in general. This person has made you angry, frustrated. You feel undesired. It's taken away from your sense of self. It's affecting you. I don't want to say as a whole, because I refuse to give whoever this person is that much power over you. So I don't want to say it's affected you as a whole, but it's definitely affected you in a negative way, where it's made you a bit unhappy and maybe passive aggressive, or hell, just aggressive. You know, this is just not who you are. This is not who you want to be, and you don't like it. But this situation has made you feel this way and respond this way because you don't deserve it. You don't deserve these feelings. Let's move on to your next card. This represents your current action or near future, which is the Seven of Swords reversed. I believe that this is representing the person that made you feel so uncertain and so undesirable. This card, this person is either, well, I really don't like to say what I think they are as far as their sign, so I'll leave that out because it really could be anyone. But this particular person likes freedom. They like to have fun. They don't like to be committed. It's the thing with this card. The Seven of Swords does not like commitment. That's not who they are. It's not what they want. They can be a bit deceptive and strategic in what they do. So it's possible that this person, I feel like for you to stick around, because obviously you've been dealing with it for a little bit, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like this person may have sold you an idea of love that they didn't plan on delivering, is what I think. And that's why you're caught in this whole Wheel of Fortune up and down, because you really want to believe that what you were told is true. But from what we know, and I'm sure if you're watching this, you have an idea, and if not, I'll explain. The Seven of Swords is known as deceiving. They're known as deceit, a liar, a trickster. They are, or not necessarily in this reading, but when you see this card, sometimes it can indicate theft and things like that. So no, they may not have taken away anything tangible, but it's a possibility that some of your feelings may have been taken for granted, taken away, which is quite unfortunate, and I'm sorry about that. Okay, so the next card speaks of what you should be aware of, and this is the Seven of Cups. So this is telling me that whatever you guys have dealt with Mr. Sword over here, I shouldn't say Mr., it could be a woman, but the trickster, I'll just call him the trickster. What you've dealt with from this trickster is just dreams. You know, just all these fantasies, these things that they have said, or the things they will say, or the things they continue to say. Nothing has materialized yet. The only thing they give you is their word, which means nothing. Their word means nothing. It hasn't come into fruition because they don't mean it. They don't want the same things that you want. You want tradition. ultimately leading into, I won't necessarily say marriage, but some sort of ceremony. Something serious is the long-term goal. You may not want it now, but it is a goal. You're dating with a purpose, or you're loving with a purpose. You're not in it for, just a few weeks or a few months. You're in it for the long haul. Your next card, your external influences. Well, so guys, is there a person waiting in the wings for you? This is the King of Wands. There may be a friend or a coworker or a neighbor or an acquaintance. There's someone around. For them to show here, whether you know it or not, indicates that this person has some sort of romantic interest in you. So either you do know this person, and maybe you are aware that they like you, or you're unaware that they like you, but someone else is here. Maybe it's a friend and they give you advice, or this is a pretty extravagant card here. I can say though that sometimes that this particular type of person can be a bit egotistical and whatnot, but they're very sexy, passionate people. They're very social. They like to have a good time. They have a lot of charisma. This is a person that you actually should be hanging out with. I'm not saying dating or in a relationship per se, but because old trickster here has you feeling totally out of your element. So you may need to remove yourself from all of these things. This person may just be able to bring you out of your shell, and maybe for once you can truly enjoy yourself. Or if you are enjoying yourself, besides all of this, if you still find a way to get out and do things, then this person seems, this would be a good catch to do so. So who is that? And if you don't know them, maybe they're coming in. Your next card is hope or fear. Okay. So this represents your hopes or your fears. And this is the Three of Wands. I feel that this is saying this is a fear to me, not necessarily hope. This is a fear. Your fear is leaving the past behind you. Leaving the past behind you, which explains why, you're so in your head about this whole situation here. You are remembering the good times. You are remembering the good times, and it makes you smile and it makes you happy. But that's not what's happening now. This person has changed, and they've shown you their true colors, which is why you continue to think about how things used to be, and it's causing this round and round, these ups and downs that you're experiencing with them, because they say one thing and then something else happens, and it's just constant. It's constant. No one needs to feel like they're left in the dark. That's a horrible feeling. I know that feeling very well myself. No one deserves that. So I believe that is your fear. I also can look at this a different way. If some of you are not being very social, to me, this card is also saying that you need to get out, which would be great with this card, because this guy here, this person here, is very social. He is the social butterfly. He is Mr. It. He can get you out and show you how to have a good time. He or she can do that. But this card to me is saying you need to get out and meet some people. Maybe, your hobbies, whatever your interests are. It doesn't necessarily have to be work, but start working on things with other people, networking, and just, whatever that is. Discuss things or make things happen that your passion is you have passion for. Something you love, something you appreciate. This could be saying this also, that this is what you need. This is actually what you need to do. So this could be a hope as well. You can look at that in both ways. And your outcome is the Nine of Pentacles. So I know some people, Nine of Pentacles is a really great card. Some people will say it's not that great of a card to have in a love reading, but to me it is. I feel like this first of all, say this. If you don't already almost have this Nine of Pentacle energy, you will. It's just a matter of cleaning a few things up. That's it, which is most likely this trickster. There are a few things in your life you may need to get together, take care of. And you can have this beautiful, beautiful card where you feel so complete with everything else that's going on. You're really not focused on a relationship because everything else is grand. When you do find your relationship that is actually meaningful for you, it's an asset to everything else that you already have because you've worked so hard to get to this point. You're so happy with who you are and what you've accomplished and what you've done, or your social life or your friends or just you yourself. You're so content with this and so full that you don't necessarily feel like, oh, I have to be in a relationship, or I want to be in I think at some point, we all want to. At some point, we all want a relationship. But you are so full of life and feel so good about everything else that a relationship is an asset to everything that you already have. It's like the cherry on top. Everything else is great, but the relationship is just the cherry. I'm not sure if this king here, this King of Wands, I don't know if he's the cherry, but he could be. If your advice because it could be advice, hope, or fear, but if your advice is leaving the past behind you because this person, the trickster, doesn't want the same things. But this person over here is waiting or will soon come in. Then maybe you will have that Nine of Pentacles. Maybe it's just that last thing you need to get rid of this person that's creating all this drama for you or making you feel differently, or that, they've taken away some of your power in a sense. Again, I don't like to really say that, but they've made you change how you feel, and we don't need that. So I have a few cards. Let's pull this. The energies behind this Seven of Swords. Okay. The energy behind this Seven of Swords is the Eight of Cups. This person is not going to be here. What you're trying to hold on to, especially once you start moving out of this element. Once you start moving out of this, I think this person will see that and they'll recognize that you found something else of interest. You're no longer focused on them. Okay, pull 2 cards. Can you give me the energies behind the King of Wands? So King of Wands energy is the Four of Swords and the Three of Cups. I believe this person will give you peace of mind. This Four of Swords here. I believe this person will give you peace of mind. And that is a beautiful thing. I also believe that he or she will show you a great time, full of playfulness and social events and getting to know one another, enjoying one another. This is a wonderful, wonderful card. They'll show you what you've been missing out, and they'll help you bring your happiness back. Something's looking good for you guys. You just have to let go of the trickster. This king here seems awesome. All right, so I'll read the oracle card that I pulled. And the oracle card is for yin. It is for yin. With oracle cards, I like to do a brief reading out of the book so you get the definite meaning of the card. So I'll read this very quickly. Right, it is the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gather information, and taking in clues. It is the art of conscious allowing. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you graciously await what's coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. I think that's beautiful as well. And your last card from the Rebel deck. You are giving your power away. Don't allow it anymore. Don't allow it. And you are a badass. Act like it. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you appreciated this. It was definitely my pleasure. I love you, Stingers. And until next time, keep shining. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Love you. Bye.